Hello and good day. Today I wanted to talk about 13 types of light workers that transform the human spirit. Are you one? Serving humanity doesn't have to be in the limelight or on the stage. And you don't have to be a spiritual teacher to have an enlightening impact on others. No matter where you are in a normal looking environment, working in a corporate job, playing in the mainstream area of reality, wherever you are, you're able to walk your light worker's path. People notice your vibrancy, your love and support for others, your service, and the positivity you naturally give to others. That's what really helps in the end. Just being you and in alignment with your truth is enough. That's what inspires positive change in others. And that's what heals and ignites the light in other people's spirits. The more authentic you are, the more powerful you are. It is only when we are trying to be something that we're not that we are going outside of ourselves. So there are 13 types of light workers, and all of them serve the same core purpose, being of service to humanity, to each other. And it might be healing, it might be inspiring, or it might be moving and helping people into a positive change. To help you determine which type you belong to, here are the 13 types of light workers and their traits. So when you're identifying your light worker journey, it's important to pay attention to your inner guidance. Your intuition will guide you in discovering one or more unique gifts in you. And that's really important because when we are authentically connecting to our spirit and following our guidance, the guidance is always positive and it always gives us direction. And when we are not, and we're working out of ego, we are connecting to mundane earth consciousness, and it won't go, it's not going to take you to a higher level. And it's really sad to say this, but there's so many people that are out there doing intuitive readings, and they are working from this ego-based place. So they'll speak negative things, or they'll talk about things that aren't quite important, or they're not getting clear messages. And the same with people who want to be light workers, but are only focused on, trying to be the next guru. So when we work from an ego place and it's all about, faking it how you make it, that is not the light worker's way. So everybody in the world has some kind of essence and gift to bring out into the world. And a lot of times it's not even a spiritual gift. It's like, well, it is a spiritual gift because it's part of their essence, but it's not, trying to be something we're not. So the first one of these 13 light workers is the grid worker or the gatekeepers. And these light workers deal with grids on the earth, and they connect to Mother Earth. They create a human grid that connects the heart of all awakened humans. They are the actual doorways on the earth that connect sacred sites through ley lines and act as portals to allow light to come into this world through their hearts. Gatekeeping is a more advanced form of grid work in which light workers work with a team to open interdimensional gates that allow higher levels of light and love and consciousness to flow in. While grid workers bring light through the spiritual doorways of Mother Earth, gatekeepers open doorways where there weren't any before, or even ones that were closed due to negativity and stagnation. Then there's the divine light keepers. So the divine light keepers, their core mission is to embody light. No matter the external circumstances, they are here to retain higher vibrational frequency and presence, and they are the lighthouse of humanity. In chaotic events, their light shines enough to give hope and inspire others. These light workers uplift and support humanity in the unfolding awakening process. Most of them are comedians, motivational speakers, spiritual teachers, celebrities, or even local grounded individuals who you feel comfortable to lean onto. Then we have the transmuters. The transmuters are the ones that neutralize the negativity and darkness by diving into it and releasing their light. When the negativity is returned to divine neutrality, it's restored to balance by transmuting past karma, past pain, and past events. Transmuters work on behalf and for the collective consciousness of our humanity. They might also transmute along their ancestral lines. They may have chosen to be born into an ancestral line that has plenty of negative karma. So they serve to release, dissolve, heal, and help their entire ancestral line's vibration, not just to level up, but to pass the skill onto the next generation and the generations to follow. We then have the healers, and healers help practically everything. They help people, they help the earth, animals, they help the spirits and souls of all beings by healing their mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual aspects. As a healer, you must learn to listen to your internal guidance about the modalities, the techniques, and ways in using your gifts for service. Most empaths are unrealized healers who need to use their emotional abilities to unlock their healing potential. It is important that you focus on healing yourself first, because by doing so, you can raise your vibration and fill up yourself with the light that can heal, support, serve, love, and guide others. It's also important to heal yourself first so that you know exactly what you're going to share, what the energy feels like, okay? The seers. These light workers have an open third eye or psychic sight, making them able to see beyond the physical and the veil of illusion. Their gifts include providing readings or services to inspire, empower, and guide others to their truth and the truth of the world. They may also focus on areas where their energy is much needed for healing, for transformation, transmutation, or even release. It's here where their light, their power, and presence can make a big difference. These people are usually the ones who reveal the truth behind the shadows, and they make really good counselors or psychologists or even psychics. The sixth one is the divine blueprint holders. So everyone has a divine blueprint, which is a template to a fully awakened self. All light workers have this template, but the divine blueprint holders are the most active in tuning into it and retrieving the codes of awakening. They are best at translating these codes so that everyone can understand them and use them to raise their levels of consciousness. Now remember, these blueprint abilities are the ones that are able to understand the universal language. And when I'm speaking of universal language is like the I am or the one mind. When you speak on a universal level, it will hit truth for every personality, not just one. So the blueprint, the divine blueprint holders use sacred geometry and other sacred forms of communication through their work. And they can be literally in any field and area of life, but it's the way they create and do things that matter. That's how they subconsciously communicate with a divine blueprint. People who are drawn to being a divine blueprint would also feel drawn to doing gridding or also crystal grids, similar to the gridding light workers I spoke of before. So those two are quite connected in power, but this represents our personal divine blueprint. Then we have the dreamers. The dreamers serve their gift by dreaming, interdimensional travel, and going into that dream space, which allows them to access alternate dimensions of experience and guidance. So the dreamers are usually people who use certain rituals or supplements to embark on a psychedelic trip, or they'll access realms and do journeying. And these ideas and these workings would inspire and uplift the people around them or the people they were doing this work for. If it wasn't for the dreamers, there wouldn't be 90% of the art, of our technology, of inventions that we have in the world today. Then there's the messengers. The messengers are the ones that receive guidance and messages from the divine, from angels, ascended masters, galactics, and their higher self. They share these messages through videos, blogging, teaching, or writing, whatever media or platform they can use and connect with. Messengers serve humanity through the awakening process by sharing powerful spiritual insight and information. They are explaining to people what's happening to them, making them better understand this journey of personal evolution through the guidance they receive from the spirit. We have the manifestors next. And these light workers are involved in weaving light to manifest changes on Earth, which could come in the form of intending and manifesting timelines, manifesting positive events, or creating a template of greater love or greater healing, greater light, and harmonious creation. They do this through various ways like meditation and visualization, accompanied with self-inspection. The manifestors manifest for the highest interest of all beings, the Mother Earth, animals, and all of humanity. But as they keep manifesting, they work strongly on their inner selves to make sure that their manifestations are not of ego or egotistical nature, but from their heart center. Most of these people don't even focus on manifesting, but on clearing the way so that they can resonate with what is good for everyone. I love the manifestor. I know lots of them. 10 is the ascension guides. So ascension guides, they are the ascending light workers. They step into greater levels of light and share what they learn about ascension and the process of it. These people step into the edge of enlightenment, and then they push even further by questioning and embodying higher levels of light. Most of their teachings are aimed at the spiritual masters, so they can push even further than the spiritual evolution of humanity. The Ascension Guides show us how to overcome some of the pitfalls of enlightenment and to help everyone not lose themselves on their way to ascension. Some of their teachings might even contradict the regular teachings of light workers, and this is because they approach the truth with a much higher viewpoint and see the flaws that might surface and blind spirituality. We then have the way showers. The way showers walk their talk. They embody the ascension process and live their lives in the most authentic way. They keep the highest interest of all beings and live an awakened and inspired life. These people are not even aware that they're serving humanity in some way. All that the way showers do is live in resonance with their truth and teachings of other light workers, and they share it with the world. These people are the heart of light workers. They are what inspires and motivates other light workers to keep doing what they're doing, because there is still good in the world that needs their light. And by looking at them, other light workers are reminded of what really matters. Then we have the unifiers. So these light workers see how everything connects with everything else. They're really good at finding patterns and merging various philosophies into one. They are the translators that gather the teachings of light workers, the truths of philosophies and spiritual masters, and shape them in a way that is easy for people to correspond with or to comprehend. The unifiers are good at perceiving the essence behind different opinions. That's how they can find ways in connecting with people together. They naturally see beyond the two sides and understand the whole, and that the two sides are part of it. These people are not just for translating, but for unifying different teams of light workers working together so that they can make a bigger impact. The 13th type of light worker are the witches. Yes, you heard me. They are here to manifest changes in the world. And for today's witches, the magic is mainly based on positive and life-affirming changes. It's a traditional witchcraft, learning how to manifest with natural forces of the energy, and also they will hold psychic protection. They work with the phases of the moon, and they work with aligning the things that they want to manifest through with the natural elements of the world. So witches are conduits, and they believe that whatever they are manifesting in their life is what is needed in this world. So they understand the power of raising spirit and also communicating with spirit to change all of the negativity and the mental and the mundane things that we create. So witches are light workers because they control and fight against the negative, mundane, mental consciousness by tapping into their power and higher powers. So witches are considered a light worker because they are fighting the negative consciousness of the world, and they are clearing negative energies and working positive magic, not just for themselves, but anyone that comes around them and needs their help. They are conduits of power. They are conduits of spells. They can create talismans and communicate with the elements of nature. And they definitely do not like to deal with any type of negativity or mental illusions that people may carry that is unnecessary. They are also people with supernatural power, and there's many types of different witches, but if they are a witch, there is a power within them that they know about and that they use for the good. So if you feel that you are a witch, what power do you hold? And not everyone has a supernatural power. So witches are definitely here for protection, to clear the earth, to work magic, to show the world that magic does exist, and to also believe in something that is not information. So believing in the invisible and bringing it into the visible, tangible form. Witches are also light workers because they transmute negative energy into positive energy, and they understand how to work with different consciousnesses as well as how to deal with the mental mind of others. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're able to see what light worker energy and power you hold. Maybe when you listen to this, you'll be like, wow, that's me. And can we be in more than one category? Of course, because as we develop and as we honor the light within us and the light within others, our path becomes brighter and it becomes more attuned to the power and the higher dimensions of higher realm consciousness and spirits that come with it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like it, subscribe to my channel. I have lots more videos coming up, neat, unique things that will be beneficial for you. So have a great day, many blessings, and thank you for listening. Bye-bye.